But I'm bummed, and then you'll see me tapped in. What I didn't get a chance to do last time, because we were in the Zendo and it was a formal meditation, so I didn't get a chance to really introduce this or give some exercises or a certain way of kind of working with it practically. So I wanted to take advantage of this to do that. Laughing, as you know, is like a universal language. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. Everybody knows what that is. Mm-hmm. We all share that as human beings. And laughing muscles, by the way, it's the same as crying, right? It uses the diaphragm in the same way. And I'll talk about that in a second. And oh, see, I had my whole iPad, but then it goes off, and then I see my cute puppy there. Okay. And it's used, I mentioned, for therapy. When my mom got cancer, they told her to laugh. I've used it with people who've been locked into depression, for you facilitators. Especially any emotion, but especially depression, because anger and fear have an energy to them, and depression doesn't, and there's a dynamic energy that can happen here that can suddenly shift a habit of this and go, oh, I see, my energy can go a different way. So that's a practical use of it. Physiologically, some people, body functionings get better, digestion, things like that. You're massaging, right? All sorts of internal organs. And of course, flow is better than a single-digit integer, greater than 1 in my thought. I thought chanting. Okay, so it's something that we can practice, and just like concentration, sensory clarity, and equanimity, we practice them here so that our lives get better, not so that we're really good with our eyes closed, right? So laughing is something that you can practice and stretch like a muscle, and then in your life there's more of a chance that things will be funnier, or it can literally open muscles. I'm going to talk about how actors work with their instrument. Their body's their instrument. And you want your instrument, you want it to be open to any possible choice of an impulse that may happen in a moment. So you have to stretch the body in certain ways. And if you want to play the Queen of England hanging out like this, it doesn't quite do it. So you kind of got to work with that. You got to play someone who's frightened all the time. Just kind of bringing the body like this might help. If you're playing somebody who laughs all the time, just kind of hanging out like this and looking around, it just kind of changes how you see the world, So you can just kind of play with how the body can affect your emotions. And that's something that I just want to mention, that laughter is a subset of this bigger category of the physicality of the body and how it can affect our mind and our emotions. And I just gave examples of ways to hold the body, but in acting, for example, there is a way, if I want to create somebody who's fearful, or I could just hold the body like this without any thinking, and those feelings can come up, right? If I want to be confident, I can do Wonder Woman, right, or whatever, and those feelings. So I just want to mention this as an aside to meditators, because I first started teaching something called body unlocking, and laughing was a small part of it, but where I'd hear the reports at retreats of these great insights into, okay, let's use fear, of an insight into, oh, wow, I have that response. People really doing some deep processing and experiencing this freedom, and then they get up off the cushion and the body goes back into this. And they say, I don't know why, but I keep getting those fearful thoughts, or that those fearful feelings keep coming up, and I kind of want to say, well, that's kind of an engraved invitation. That's how we create them as actors, right? So I just want to throw that in, and that's what I do on the outside, is kind of this, getting the body kind of so that it's supportive to the internal process. Here we work with mental image and internal talk. We have the body posture in sitting practice or walking practice, but we don't really deal with this other part of it. So I just want to throw that in there, since laughter is a subset of that, although laughter is unique unto itself because it is not just a way we hold the body, it's a dynamic expression of sensory feeling, and it uses breathing and breath in a very dynamic way. And I'm sorry I didn't wait for everybody, but I'm recording it, so you can always replay. Does that make sense, what I just said?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so, okay, that was all I had to say that I had notes for. All right, so what I wanted to do was mention 2 techniques that 2 master teachers, one an acting teacher, one a meditation teacher, have used to kind of help goose people into big laughter in a certain kind of way. And then when I do laughing meditation, I don't try to goose people into big laughter. I just let whatever arises, and just the sound of someone with a silly laugh can get you going, as we discovered last time. But I wanted to use what they present as a kind of warm-up for us in that stretching, because it uses a dynamic use of breath. So first is a master acting teacher when I was at the Yale School of Drama, and we had our Chekhov class. And everything you hear Shinzen say about Roshis kind of applies here. And someone would do something, he'd say, "No, laugh!" And she'd go, I thought I was laughing. And he'd say, "No." And he'd slap his hand on the table, and he'd let all the air out of his body, and then make whatever sound was whatever left that sounded like the end of a big laugh, and then you had to gasp for air coming in, and then he would continue expanding and contracting in this uncontrollable laughter as we just kind of stunned watched him, and then realized later we were laughing too. His name is Earl Gister, and I do this today in honor of him, because right after I studied with him, he lost his voice and has a voice box. With throat cancer. So this is in honor of sharing what other people who can't hear him anymore, what he gave us. So I have to sit because he sat when he did it. But I will demonstrate what he did, and we can try it as an exercise for 30 seconds. Okay? He would slap this, let all the air out and go. And I've been in silence, and I haven't done this in about 15 years or 20, but we'll just see how it goes. Now, that was a technical use of pushing out air, just letting whatever's out there, getting whatever air you can in, and just kind of going with it. And I thought, just as an exercise, this isn't our laughing meditation, this is a warm-up, like we're doing, okay. So, if you would like to try it with me now, you can feel free to slap if you'd like to.
Only the squeal is that.
So you get the feel of how that just kind of, right? Okay. You can see how you just get kind of warmed up and then you can't even talk anymore. All right, so Nicola Geiger. How many people here knew Nicola? Okay. For those who didn't, she was one of Shinzen's first teacher. He often refers to her as the first functioning bodhisattva that he ever knew, because she welcomed mobsters and monks alike. And she would come to retreat. She's a big German woman. She went through Germany during a difficult time and was part of a White Rose movement, and she'd come to retreats and she'd have her cane, and she had a laugh that would make Santa jealous. And she would say basically, "And now, my dear, it is time for a laughing meditation." And she would just kind of, does that kind of sound Nicola-esque? Right, we'd say, "Hello, my dear." Right? That was her. Yeah. And so she we were talking, I was having a private session with her one time, and I didn't know about, I'd never seen her do a laughing meditation, and I told her how I was using laughing in performances and things. I thought it shifted people's energy to always put it in, and she'd say, I'm going to show you how to do a laughing meditation. And then she had a very technical way of doing it. Now, once again, I'll kind of give you a little taste of what it is. I cannot do Nicola's laugh. I just don't have the mechanics for that. But I will give what she taught me. I took notes. I haven't looked at them since she taught me, 7 years ago or however long it was, I don't know. So she had, it went ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Okay? And she would have us clap, or she would use her cane, but it would be ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. It would be like that. And so she'd start, and you'd get through about 3 of those before you go. Okay? So it would be something like, to do it without you guys is makes it a little bit of a performance. So I'm just really trying to do Nicola's laughing meditation. I'm visioning her here. So it'd be, okay, my dear. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, 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 ha, ha, ha. And she'd do that whole big laugh, right? And then we'd go off, because just listening to her laugh once again made you, I'm not a ho, ho, ha, ha kind of, I go more hee hee. You can add a hee, ha, ha, ho, ho, okay? So just in honor of Nicola, who is no longer with us, but today we honor her as well. And you don't have to clap, but she insisted I do. So, you must clap, would be what she would say, something like that. And then, of course, when you're done, you ring the bell, Yes, she would do that. You wouldn't be able to do it without ringing the bell. So we'll ring the bell. Ready, my dear? Yes, my dear. So that was Nicola. So those of you who've heard her, that would sound familiar, right? Okay, let's do a lot. Okay, and then I don't know what's going to happen, because whenever I do laughing meditation, I don't know. It's usually I'll do it at the maybe end of a sit. The way people do metta. Maybe if we've gone through a lot of focus on feel into dark places, or if I've guided something, it will change the whole energy in the room. I might do it before I want people to work with flow. Tune into your bodies right now, just from doing that. Feel any flow? Okay, that was less than 60 seconds of laughing, right? So I'm now going to guide, and so when I guide, it's an eyes closed practice. If you want to open your eyes, just like any practice, open or close as you will, but I find actually someone told me that there's only so much real estate in consciousness. And and then he'll say his emotions expand, IQ contracts, but what I'm going to say is it's like with eating meditation, you close your eyes and you can taste more. So in the same way, you close your eyes, you can really tune into the feel and the flow, and it'll be a focus in, focus out, focus on sound, and some people get a lot of images, I get none. It's a total other thing for me, but you now have plenty of techniques at the retreat, so go wild. So what we're going to do is you're going to close your eyes, and I will guide it from there. Okay. So we're now going to do a meditation called a laughing meditation. And laughing is optional. And feel free to jump in at any time, but I will give some guidance. Or maybe I won't. Feel free to slap your hand if you want. And whether you're laughing or not, you can tune into expansion and contraction, cessation, flow Oh. It's a good abdominal workout.
Did you guys now?
I did. I can we take a nice, deep, pleasurable sigh of relief. Big breath in. Oh, we need another one. Okay. Big breath in. That was 10 minutes. Okay.
Nicola would be proud.
Yeah, in honor of all laughing meditation people everywhere. Okay, so close your eyes and tune into your body. What's going on? And if sounds happen, it's just like little aftershocks, right? So, if you have to laugh, laugh. But just really tune in and feel the flow. Where do you feel it? Anything that wants to spread, let it. Open to the massage from the inside through the body. What's the face feel like? Belly, hands, feet. It's very serious. Very serious. And hear the sounds of laughter and other people's laughter. You can feel it on your body, right? As much as it pains me to do this.
So next time Shinzen it's like Bill.
Don't let me let you stop laughing. And my prescription for life, if you do 10 minutes of this a day, no problem. You know? You can pepper your day. You can stop, pause, go to nothing, and re-manifest with it. You know?
Start on the diet.
Why not? I make my actors all learn to laugh on cue, and they're not allowed to fake it. And they have to laugh in a way that makes us all laugh. And the first time someone does it, they go, and I go, no. And I go, Kevin, and Kevin will go, you know, he'll just jump right into it. So it's a great skill to develop, and it's great at a party. So thank you all for exploring this physicalizing of feel in expanding to feel. Thank you. Thank you.